Hello everybody, this is Mike Turner reporting from the showroom of Pro Sound and Stage Lighting. Today we're going to be talking about an intelligent light by Chauvet. It's called the Intimidator Spot LED 350. Now, a couple bits of information about this. If I'm not mistaken, I believe this replaced the Q-Spot 260, except it one-upped it big time. This has a 75 watt LED lighting source. For those of you wondering how bright that is pretty close to the output of a 250 watt high discharge lamp. Pretty close. But again, because it's an LED, it'll actually last you at 50,000 hours or greater. So you don't have to worry about buying $250 MSD lamps for a light like this. Another thing that you'll find, because it's LED, it doesn't have to waste as many components on keeping the insides clean like a traditional halogen fixture would. I don't know if you guys know this, but the biggest problem with halogen fixtures, if the fan mechanisms don't get properly maintained and things like that, they stop working. When they stop working, the light doesn't stay cool. When the light doesn't stay cool, it gets so hot in there that the lubricants that run the motors on the color wheel and everything else actually begin to boil. When they boil, they disintegrate, and then you no longer have any lube, which means the light ends up dying. So that's another big reason why LED is not just going to be lighter and everything else. It's going to be better for you in the long run. So a couple notes about this. Again, because this is LED, there is no heat at all. Actually, it's a little warm, but my hand is maybe a foot away from it. On this particular fixture, Chauvet has gone one level above the competition, and they've made it extremely easy to replace the gobos. Now, I'm actually noticing from a lot of the customers that our wedding DJs and our production companies are steering away from the traditional ellipsoidal gobo projection fixtures, and they're actually starting to go with moving head intelligent lights. Reason being, as you get into the more higher end lights, you get features such as focus and zoom and things like that that make it actually superior to your typical ellipsoidal. Chauvet has gone one step further, and they've actually made it quite simple that you don't have to take apart the entire light to replace the gobo. There's a section on the top here that you just pinch to open the door, and then you just remove the pin that keeps the gobo down, you replace it, and you're done. And just remember what gobo slot that is, and then on your DMX controller, you can make that a nice scene. So for you wedding guys that are doing monogram gobos on the wall, you can now have that monogram circulating the room, or if you want to aim it down on the dance floor or aim it up on the ceiling, you're no longer burdened by having it in a single spot like you are with a lot of the other traditional ellipsoidal fixtures. Okay, and now we're going to go ahead and show you some of the colors that are pre-built in on the color wheel here. This is your default shutter open, which is going to be white. We have yellow, purple, green, red, and this is a very bold red in my opinion, soft blue, lime green, orange, and this is more of a deeper blue, or I would call it kind of a bold blue. And now we're going into the splits. Now, this will look a lot better later on down the line when I show you what it looks like when I've got the prism going on this fixture. It'll look pretty neat. And here pretty soon we should go into the color spin. All right. Now I'm actually going to go ahead and add the prism. Now as you can see, that takes your image and it turns it into 3. And these will individually rotate. And I'll show you what it looks like with a little bit different gobo. Now I don't know if you could tell, this is kind of a water effect. Looks pretty neat when you put it on the ceiling. And then you have the gobo shake. And now I'm going to go ahead and throw some color in there for you guys. I'll show you what the split colors look like here in a second. I'll go back to that water effect. See how that looks pretty neat? So one last thing that I want to make sure that I show you guys on this is the focus feature. One of the most important things about this that I mentioned earlier, and mind you, this is a feature that typically is not found on an intelligent light less than $1,000. Right now, Pro Sound and Stage Lighting is selling the Intimidator Spot LED 350 for $899. Now I'm going to go ahead and show you what this would look like if I turn the focus off, because I had pre-focused this before we started the video. As you'll see, it's a little bit more blurry. Now I'm going to go ahead and kind of go up on the channel here, and you'll see that I'm able to get more of a focus. In fact, I'll use a gobo on this just to give you a little bit more definition. So again, without focus, with focus. So where this comes in handy, guys, I'm sure there's going to be points where you're projecting on different walls, different distances from the lighting source. And what becomes kind of nice as you're programming your scenes, where you might have the gobo aimed on the dance floor, you can focus it so that it's nice and crisp on the dance floor, and then when you're projecting on the adjacent wall, which might be further away, you can actually program it to be in focus on that wall. So little details like this are what's going to separate you from the next guy. And again, for all you guys that are doing the monograms, that's going to be huge. So anyhow, that's all we have for today. This is an amazing fixture. I can definitely put my name on it. I've been putting these in churches, nightclubs. Production companies have been buying this for small tours, so I think it's an excellent fixture. I'll talk to you guys soon. Have a good day.